Welcome to this decentralized health science demonstration. A patient's going to join a living peer-to-peer cohort study to study anxiety. So the story has our individual here having joined the cohort, and the knowledge story starts with the researcher investigating computational models to predict anxiety from heart rate variability on sensors, wearable sensors, which goes through some peer review, and then they decide to create a company that needs to get this technology regulated. And when it's passed, they set up a startup that provides a machine learning computation as a service, and a clinician has set up cohort study using that technology. So back at our individual, they have to register their sensor, but the first thing they need to do is sign into Ethereum. This is 3 Ethereum accounts shown at the bottom, all tied together in a private network. So they have to register their wearable onto the network. And to do that, they have to get accepted by a process called mining. And just to make sure that this has worked, we can call the contract and see that yes, my Amigo wearable is now registered in the blockchain. So the next thing we need to do is to upload the data from the wearable. And when we do that, we're going to do 3 things. We're going to store it to a decentralized platform called MadeSafe. And while we do that, we'll set up a smart contract with permission settings that only allows the clinician access to the data. So let's do that. Yes, we do. So MadeSafe goes through the creation process. The smart contract for the permission hits the blockchain. We have to mine to get that accepted. Cool. And in MadeSafe we see the history of the files being set up. So each smart contract has a unique ID, and because we want the clinician to have access to it, I haven't quite automated this, we have to set up that unique ID in their account. And just to prove that just the clinician has access, we're also going to give a patient access to the smart contract address, but just prove that they don't have access to the underlying data. So here we have our clinician's account. They have to log into their Ethereum, and then I've just put this link, check my account, and granted. Whereas if we go to the patient's account, we can log them into Ethereum and check. You can see the access token has been failed. So this allows the study to be conducted, and as more and more people join, the computations get done. And so this allows the participants to look on a permission data type. Here it was my Amigo, so I joined and helped the basic research. The clinician then signed me up, and then we have the machine learning algorithm computing on my data, and then we had some sampling from my account by Decensor, a new way to validate the outcomes of the trial. For the study, again, we can look at the permission and see the same story evolving. But obviously we want to get value back from the science, and so in this case you get a chart. There's only a couple of data source files, so the data is quite sparse at the moment, but this is where you get your value add. And we can do it for this wearable study, but we've also signed up to a genomic study, which was studying one particular part of your genome. And here it was the AA. So I think this is an overview of how we can run medical trials and incorporate basic research, giving granular permission controls over the data, and all done on a peer-to-peer network. Thank you.